Under the terms of his lease, Prince Andrew is required to repaint his Windsor home with 2 coats of paint every 5 years. However, he is reportedly already a year behind schedule. The Duke of York currently resides in the expansive Royal Lodge, but there are reports that the king wants him to downsize and relocate to the much smaller Frogmore Cottage, which would be less costly to maintain. According to Prince Andrew's 75-year lease agreement with the Crown Estate, he must repair, renew, uphold, clean, and keep in repair and where necessary rebuild the home. This agreement specifies that the walls of the 30-bedroom Royal Lodge must be repainted, with 2 coats of paint, from 2008 onwards. Inside the house, the Duke has agreed to paint with at least 2 coats of paint and to paper, polish, decorate and otherwise appropriately treat, every 7 years starting from 2010. Despite this, external renovations at the £30 million property, which were supposed to be completed last year, remain unfinished. The king is reportedly reluctant to continue funding his brother's lifestyle at the Royal Lodge. However, according to reports, Prince Andrew is determined to stay at the property, where he has lived since 2002. His £3 million per year security bill is currently covered by the monarch, along with grants of up to £1 million annually, providing him with a living allowance. These financial supports became necessary after the Home Office stopped providing police protection for the Duke when he stepped down from official duties in 2019, following the Jeffrey Epstein scandal. Prince Andrew, who lives in the extensive property with his ex-wife Sarah Ferguson, would face significant financial burdens if these payments were to cease. He would have to cover the costs of his security, housekeepers, gardeners, and home improvements out of his own pocket, despite having no visible means of income. A royal source told The Times that the king's generosity has its limits and suggested that moving into Frogmore Cottage would be a prudent choice for Andrew. The cottage, recently vacated by the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, has the advantage of being within the Windsor Castle security perimeter, which would reduce the need for separate, continuous security for the Royal Lodge. The source added that Prince Andrew is taking longer than ideal to accept the reality of his situation, even though moving to a more suitable property seems the most sensible solution. If he does not agree to this move, the king may have to reconsider the level of support he provides. Another source emphasized that everyone involved is considerate of Andrew's well-being and has his best interests in mind, but there are limits to their patience and tolerance. The Royal Lodge, located in the heart of Windsor Park, 3 miles south of Windsor Castle, is part of the Crown Estate. The discussion over Prince Andrew's living arrangements highlights the ongoing financial and logistical challenges facing the royal family, especially when it comes to managing the residences and expenses of its members who are no longer in active royal roles. This situation brings to light the broader issue of royal finances and the expectations placed upon family members who have stepped back from their duties. The king's decision to encourage his brother to move to a more modest property like Frogmore Cottage underscores the practicalities of managing the royal estate and the necessity of reducing excessive costs. While the king's support for his brother demonstrates familial loyalty, it also illustrates the need for accountability and sensible financial management within the royal household. Prince Andrew's resistance to downsizing reflects a reluctance to adjust to his new circumstances, but it also raises questions about the sustainability of his current lifestyle without the continued financial backing of the crown. The emphasis on repainting and maintaining Royal Lodge every few years is not just a matter of aesthetics but a contractual obligation that highlights the level of care and upkeep expected of such a historic and valuable property. Failing to adhere to these terms not only risks the property's condition but also signifies a breach of the lease agreement with the Crown Estate. Given these factors, the proposal for Prince Andrew to move to Frogmore Cottage is presented as a reasonable compromise that would benefit both parties. For the Duke, it would mean living in a property that is easier to maintain and secure. For the king and the royal family, it represents a step towards more efficient management of their resources and the properties under their care. The ongoing debate over Prince Andrew's living situation also mirrors larger discussions about the role and responsibilities of non-working royals, especially in light of public scrutiny and expectations. Balancing tradition with modern realities, the royal family must navigate these challenges while maintaining their public image and ensuring the sustainability of their estates. In summary, Prince Andrew's situation at Royal Lodge encapsulates the complexities of royal life, where personal preferences must often yield to practical considerations and contractual obligations. The potential move to Frogmore Cottage offers a viable solution to these issues, aligning with the king's broader vision for a more streamlined and financially prudent management of royal affairs.